In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Notion subitems. If you've ever wanted a clean way to break big tasks into smaller, trackable pieces inside a Notion database, subitems are the built-in, organized approach. We'll go from turning the feature to creating your first subitem, keeping things simple and clear the whole way. Start by opening the Notion page that contains the database you want to organize. This could be a projects board, a tasks table, or any database where some items naturally live under others. Make sure you're on the page that actually holds the database, not just a linked view somewhere else, so you see all the available controls. Next, open the database settings. Look toward the top right of the database for the menu that manages configuration. Depending on your view, this may appear as a settings button or a three-dot menu. Click it to reveal the configuration options for this specific database, not the entire workspace. From there, choose More Settings. This expands the advanced options that aren't immediately visible. Think of it as the place where Notion keeps the structural toggles for your database, including the feature we're about to enable. In the expanded list, select Subitems. This is where Notion lets you define a parent-child structure so that a single top-level item can contain a set of smaller related entries. It's ideal for project phases, task checklists, or any scenario where you want hierarchy without creating separate databases. Now click. Turn on Subitems. The moment you do, Notion activates the hierarchy for this database and adds the behind-the-scenes properties that connect parents and their subitems. You may notice new fields that help link the two levels together. This is expected and helps Notion keep everything neatly associated. With subitems turned on, you're ready to create one. Click New Subitem. You'll find this option in the database interface once the feature is active. It creates a child entry that's designed to sit under a parent item, giving you structure without cluttering your main list. Finally, give your subitem a clear, specific name. Use concise, action-oriented wording so it's easy to scan later. Consistent naming helps with filtering, sorting, and reporting. If your workflow relies on due dates, owners, or statuses, feel free to fill in those properties now so your new subitem fits right into your current views and automations. That's it. You've selected your page, opened the database settings, expanded more settings, chosen subitems, turned them on, created a new subitem, and named it. As subitems keep big work focused, make progress easier to track, and bring clarity to busy databases. Try them on one project first, then roll them out wherever you need tidy, dependable hierarchy.